Hey everyone, it's Leon. I know it's been a long time since I actually did anything on this channel, but I've come across some stuff, some stupid ass shit that I feel needs to be addressed because it's finally it's just filled to the brim with me, and it's just this SJW stuff with Marvel. In fact, I don't even think it's SJW stuff anymore. At this point, I feel like it's into the racism area now. It's like, as a racist myself, in a joking way, I make jokes about this type of stuff to make lighthearted of it. I can actually see when certain things are starting to turn really sour, if that makes any sense. And all right, so let me give my an example as to what I'm talking about. This SJW stuff in Marvel. Recently, if you've been paying attention, there's all these there's all these new videos. If you look up comic books and stuff like that about Marvel, you'll see the title SJW. If you don't know what that is and you don't click it, it's a social justice warrior. What that means is they are I'm gonna keep that word out of my mouth. They are people who do stuff to fight for political correctness. I don't know why they gave them the title warrior, but whatever. So in the comics, there's stuff like they make Captain Marvel more mannish, not like let's drink a beer, but like she's buffer. She's literally the we can do it girl now for Marvel. Like, you can see that image on Rule 34. Don't go looking it up. I'm just saying it exists there. But it's getting to the point where it's like now it's dipping into the movies, because if you don't know, the AT&T girl from the commercials has been casted as Squirrel Girl for the new Warriors TV show that Marvel's popping out. I think it's on Hulu with the Runaways. And that's great and all, but a lot of people are over here like, why is she Squirrel Girl? Squirrel Girl is ugly. And that's the thing. No, she's not. It's like her entire, like, not her entire run, but most of her run, she's been actually pretty attractive. Like, multiple heroes have even like said, oh, Squirrel Girl. Like, even Wolverine's like, oh, hey, Squirrel Girl, it's been a while. And she's like, yeah, it has. You look good. So do you. So Squirrel Girl, I don't know what Marvel's artist is up to. Maybe he's just a bad artist. Maybe, I hope Marvel isn't going like, we need you to draw her more retarded, like, because that's what she looks like. She straight up looks like Down syndrome. That's the best version I can say of it. And it gets worse from here. Like, last night was the first time I ever heard these two things together: Wonder Woman movie and white supremacist. That's the first time I had ever heard these two phrases in the same sentence, and this girl was able to throw it out there like that. And I was like, wait, what? And now there's all this controversy about African Americans getting upset at other African Americans for wanting to see Black Panther the movie, and then there's the Spider-Man movie that came out. Like, all you people are like, oh, like, for the first time I ever heard this phrase, and it sounds so horrible just to even say it. Overly diverse cast. What the fuck does that mean? Like, I know there are words that have double meanings, like, let me think. Never mind, I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I know there are words out there that have double meanings, like lick the lollipop. There, we can just say that phrase. And the thing is, this word, overly diverse cast, it sounds to me like it has only one meaning. It means there's too many people with different races in this movie. That's pretty much what it is. See, when you say the meaning of words or phrases, instead of just hiding these meanings in a phrase, things come out. And now it's like, the worst things coming to fruition. Like, the worst thing I'm seeing is like people who do YouTube, and like, it's the worst. Sorry, I didn't even think about it until right now. People who do YouTube, all right, you know what I mean? Like, let's say Comic Book Cast, Beyond the Trailer, Chris Stuckham. Well, yeah, I guess they could say that. People who do comic book stuff, who review Marvel and all that, like, because it's not their bread and butter, but they really enjoy it, are now starting to like get into a mixed conversation with people who have like political things. And that makes sense. It's like people who go around like, oh, I went to a Black Lives Matters rally, and I do not like this movie. Like last night, again, I saw this YouTuber, not going to give a name, but if you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. He says that Grace from Beyond the trailer is a racist. She doesn't like anything involving African Americans and all that. Not even African. Excuse me, I have a cold. Oh, I feel like DSP. But hope no one heard that. But he says she is racist and is not a fan of African culture because of everything in the Black Panther trailer. The problem is like you go to Grace's and like you can hear that maybe some of the things he said were right, but at the same time it's like I've seen Grace for years. It's like this isn't what she's about. Like she see, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Grace is a movie person. This dude is a black like people's social structure type of person, and now these groups are starting to mingle and mix, and then the social justice people are starting to jump in, and now it's like creating a calamity. All these different types of people who I want you to understand should never be in the same room together. It's starting to mix on YouTube, comparing with our genres. Like they're starting to get more interested in comics. Like the SJWs, I guess they see comics as a way to affect a higher plane of people because they know that Marvel and DC are doing so well. They're getting out to all these kids and all this stuff, so they want to jump onto comics and all that. They want to jump onto movies. And Marvel, maybe they are, maybe they aren't. They're listening more to the SJW side, maybe not on purpose, maybe they don't know about them, but by doing that they start to adhere to SJWs, and a lot of SJWs anger like just everybody with the way they act. Like the way, like, let's say this Miss Marvel, now I want to say they will never call her like I don't know. Like I said, I don't fully understand the SJWs because I've heard like 4 different versions of what they are. You know, there's like one of my friends said there's always going to be radicals in a group. So I guess maybe these people are the radicals, or maybe like you get what I'm saying though. It's like if Marvel listens to these SJWs, the radicals, the ones that not everybody likes, then Marvel's going to do something which is going to cause another group who doesn't like the SJWs to not like Marvel. So now there's these these 3 groups fighting, and it's affecting like people on YouTube who do certain stuff. It's like people who watched that man's channel from last night, a lot of them said, "Oh, you're right, you're so right, I'm so glad you called her out, I wouldn't have noticed this, I'm unsubscribing from Grace." It's a much different time, alright? Maybe like 4 years ago, if she said that about the Ben Affleck character, yeah, like, alright, that's fine. But if these people just go off and they show this man's video to their friends who never heard of Grace and all this, it can get a lot worse, because racism, the thing about race is now, for some odd reason, it's people want to pretend it's not a touchy subject, but it is just as much as it was back. You know what? I don't want to pull up an event because there was so many in the last 2 years, but you understand what I'm trying to say. If you're still listening, you probably wonder why I'm pulling back on a lot of my things, a lot of my comments. I don't have a PR person, so anything, and like I said, I make jokes about this type of stuff to cool it down, so anything I could say could probably upset a person. You know what I'm saying? And that's not really what I'm here for. I'm just trying to get it out of my chest that this stuff is starting to bug me. Like, I didn't even tell you about the Spider-Man issue. Like, I said there's an overly diverse cast, but, like, okay, spoiler for Spider-Man Homecoming. There's a scene where a girl named Liz, if you know Liz from the comics, she's not black anymore. I mean, she's not black anymore. She's not white anymore. She's black. Alright, that's great. There are people over there, why is she black? And at the end of the movie, her character is forced to move out of the city, so she's not coming back for a while. For a very long while, so it shouldn't even bother you. All these people are getting upset that Zendaya is Mary Jane, and if she is, if she is, that's cool. If she's not, that's cool. I kind of hope she is, because that would be interesting for me, because all of my life I've seen Mary Jane as a person who has always been a bubbly personality, someone who's always by Peter's back. Zendaya's character is a person who's like, "Oh, what up, Peter? See ya." So I would love to see how a relationship between this type of Spider-Man and this type of Mary Jane would even work. That would be interesting to me. But there are people who just see it at the skin level. And Can we please just go back to being racist against the X-Men, please? Genetics and all that. You got superpowers. You shouldn't be allowed near my kids. Like, seriously. I know I'm laughing at this, but it's more out of frustration than anything. This is probably the most serious video I've done on this channel or any other channel. Like, God. I can't keep going. Alright, anyways. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did see my point of view, please, you don't have to like this video, but please share this video. Please look out. If you're not interested in this whole SJW thing and all this whole thing, sorry, please don't go looking it up, because you're going to fall down a very deep rabbit hole when I'm telling you that, my friends. So if you're interested in all this, and you're interested in, you have a friend who's interested, please share this video. Just, I don't know how we're going to be able to tell Marvel, well, besides not buying their comics, but then comic stores who are mainly supported by Marvel will start failing. So we can't just stop asking for comics, you know what I mean? Like, I guess the most important thing we can do is just tweet at them, Facebook them, do, I don't know, messages. Like, in the end, it's not just a comic thing, and it's not just a movie thing. There are people out there who are trying to push their agendas onto something that's just meant to be entertainment. There are people out there who are trying to negatively, or I guess in their mind, positively affect a large population of people. Don't forget, a lot of these SJWs and a lot of these people, I'm not saying every SJW, by the way, a lot of these people are much younger than a comic book. Like, a lot of people I know who watch these movies were like, oh, I grew up reading Spider-Man. Now, I know 2 people were like, oh yeah, I was born when Spider-Man was made. So for them, it's like, this is just for entertainment. This is their childhood. Don't come pulling out these, oh, you see the fact that he's Indian? Yeah, that's some evil shit right there. It's like, no, it's not. It's just that he's Indian. Just leave it alone. And I guess that's all I gotta say. Just leave it alone. I can't leave it alone because, like, this is my childhood too. Ironically, the very first comic I ever read was a 9/11 comic. Don't ask questions. But this is my childhood. Like, these people are running in. These people are running in, saying all this stuff, and it's like, now it's just starting to affect not just me, but like people I want to see these movies with. It's like, I was going to ask a friend, like, hey, you want to come see this the Spider-Man movie with me? God, my nose is clogged. The Spider-Man movie with me, and he's like, I'm not a very big fan of all these other characters, if you know what I mean, like the Peter's school group. If you've seen the movie, he's like, I don't know where the hell this is all coming from. It just feels like a plot to me that white people want to make themselves seem less racist by adding characters with color. And in my mind, I'm like, if they didn't, then it would just be what is the problem? I guess that's it. What is the problem? If I get a response, am I going to get, like, in the comments, am I going to get a response like, it's the mainstream movie of trying to seem it's like, what the fuck ever. Go do something else. Leave Marvel, leave DC, leave comic books, leave television, leave cartoons, leave video games, leave porn alone. Seriously. Go do something with the government. Go stop that Westboro Baptist Church. I heard people are doing that more now. Don't mess with something that's meant to make kids want to grow up to be a good person. I guess that's all I gotta say. I hope you did stick around for this long. If you did, thanks, man. Or lady. Or whatever. Donkey Kong. And, fuck, I got a little too much into that. Anyways, I'm Leo Young. Hope you did enjoy. And I will, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.